today what we're doing is we are just consolidating exponents. So we're doing the summary and revision of exponents, starting from the very basic exponents all the way to exponential equations, which is what we did on Monday. Also, today's quiz day. Today, I almost forgot about that. Today's quiz day. So I hope you guys are all ready and prepared to do the quiz. If you are new, do not panic. You do not have to do the quiz today, okay? You can first go watch the lessons, catch up, and then you can do the quiz when you feel like you are ready, okay? It's just a way to track that you are actually keeping up, learning, and a nice way for your parents to see what you're doing with you, okay? Cool. Okay, we have two examples. Hands up. Who's going to help me with these? These are pretty simple. Pretty simple. So I'm expecting to have at least 3 people who can help me with this, but nobody's raising their hand. Guys, what must happen? Anyone? No one? Nope. Okay, I'll do them. There we go. Elsie. Hi, Elsie. Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
There we go. You're gonna help me with A.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. So we have to count how many A's we have and how many B's we have. I think the highlighter will help us a little bit. Okay, let's count A's.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 A's.
So I write A.
A to the power of 6.
Beautiful. And B.
B to the power of 3.
3. Thank you very much, Elsie. You want to do number B with me?
Sure, why not?
Let's do it. Okay, it's here.
5 to the power of 4.
4.
And X to the power of 5.
5 and
Y to the power of 4.
4. Now how much is 5 to the power of 4?
How much is 5 to the power of 4?
Oh, but it says exponential form. Never mind. It says exponential form, so we're done. Thank you very much, Elsie.
Welcome, ma'am.
Cool. Cool, guys. So that was a good start. Just a way to refresh our brains and our memories. Okay. Whew. Wonderful. I see you in the chat. Paul, thank you. Anela, thank you. Sunday, thank you. Okay. Okay, so I'll try to explain as nicely as possible for everyone who's in here who may not have done these, or for those who do it in Afrikaans, because unfortunately, we do not offer Afrikaans classes, but I think you'll do well. I think you'll do well. Okay, C and D, we have a C, we have a D. Are there any hands up? Lisa Kanya's hands up. Hello. Lisa Kanya. Nope, Lisa Kanya's not in the mood to talk. Mpo? We are doing C and D, darling. The ones that are on the board right now. Hi, Mpo. Let's go for it.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, do you, ma'am?
Come on, thank you. Okay, let's do this.
Sorry. Okay, isn't it C7?
Okay, C, 4, 5, 6, 7, and B
is B4.
Oh, thank you. We generally like to write them in alphabetical order, but means the same thing. Thank you, Lisa. Mpo, it's Mpo, sorry. Let's do D.
Yay.
Are you down to do D?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Let's go for it.
How many X's do I have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 X's.
So X to the power of 6 over?
Yes. Over Y to the power of 4.
4. Thank you. Major shout out, Mpo. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Woo!
Wonderful, guys. It's easy when it's in expanded form to just count in 1, 2, 3, 6, please mute me for. Thank you. And in Y's, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But remember in C, we apply law number 1 because we are multiplying. So we're going to say B, but there's an exponent of 3. 3 plus, if there's nothing there, there's a 1 plus 1. And C, we're going to have 4 from that one at the corner plus 2 plus 1. That is just for anyone who might have been confused and wondering, where do we get all of these answers? Okay, so we're done with C and D. This is supposed to go very quickly. Hope you guys are keeping up with me. We're all good. It's still very easy. Now let's get a little bit more interesting. Okay, volunteers, hands up, please. Lisa's hand is still there. I don't know if Lisa's gonna say anything. Lisa, this is your second chance to say something. Eva, okay, Eva is confused. Let's talk to Eva. Oh, I lowered your hand by mistake. There we go. There's Eva. Hello. The wrong person is unmuted. I want Eva to unmute. Eva, if you're on your phone, just swipe and press speak. I have asked you to unmute. Okay, Eva, I guess you'll type your question in the chat then. There we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
Oh.
Where did I confuse you, Eva? Okay, Eva's gonna. Eva, just type your question in the chat and I will go back up and deal with it. Okay, Oratile.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, do you want to do one with me?
No, ma'am. I was asking, can you please go up, ma'am? I had connection problems, ma'am.
There.
Thank you.
All right. Take your screenshot quickly. Okay, you have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Okay, we are on example 2. Now I need volunteers to come help me with these ones. For now, let's work on A and B. Okay, now they're a little bit more complicated, so I'll have one person per question. Who am I going to have to help me with A, and who am I going to have to help me with B? Come on, guys, we've done this before. Don't freak out. There we go. I knew Eddie was going to show up. Hi, Eddie.
Can I do B, please?
Okay, let's do B, Eddie.
Ma'am, your answer is 1.
Thank you very much. That was, like, Eddie doesn't like complicated stuff, guys. Eddie is just like, a B is 1. Okay? Remember, anything that has an exponent of 0, in this case, it is the whole bracket to the exponent of 0. Therefore, the answer is just 1. Easy peasy, straightforward. Let's see who else has their hand up. Pumzile. Hi, Pumzile. And all the other hands went poof. They vanished. Pumzile. Hello. Nope. Okay. That's fine. Chi-Chi?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yebo.
I wanna try doing is that A?
Yes.
So we say bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Bracket A times A. Bracket A times A. And then we say times B.
Okay.
And then times B.
Where do we get B? Okay, let me just trust the process. Yes.
Yeah, and then since like it's b to like at the outside bracket of 3, like the power of 3. So then I'm thinking like it's 3b. So b times b and times another b.
Okay, let's think about our laws of exponents, Chichi. Do you remember them?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you? So what are we supposed to do with this 3 that's on the outside? Tell me what we're supposed to do with the 3.
And we're supposed to bring the 3 inside of the bracket.
And the negative 1. So we're gonna distribute it, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So what happens when we distribute it? Like if you take this 3 and give it to A, what happens when it gets there?
We have to we have to times it. No, sorry.
You have to times it with what? With this dude that's already up there. There's already a square on A. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have to distribute and then times. So let's do that. Let's take this 3, give it to A. So when it gets there, now we have A 2 times 3. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
We have to do the same with B,
With the other equation. Oh,
but with B first. We're still in this bracket. Concentrate. Do you see that? We
yes,
have a
ma'am.
B. If there's nothing there, what is it? There's no exponent there.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the answer if there's no exponent?
And the answer of the exponent is a b to the power of 6.
Chichi, on the B there's nothing right now. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this blue the one that's on the way? Let's take away the highlights. There we go. Right now on B, there is no exponent. If there is no exponent, what number is actually there?
1, ma'am.
1. So then, if you're distributing 3, you multiply it with 1.
With 1.
So it's 1 times 3. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Times. Can we do anything to the numerator here?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
What can we do to the numerator?
Ma'am, we can say -1. And we can say
The numerator, Chichi, we are not listening to me. There's the numerator up there. Can we do anything to it?
no, ma'am, we
2
can't.
different bases, so we can't, right? So we just rewrite it. A for B. Great, now we get to what you were talking about. What happens to that -1?
When we take the -1 down. No. We take the -1 and we take the -1 and then cat. Ma'am, please help me out a bit there.
We multiply it, Chichi. Remember we distributed this 3 that was outside into the bracket.
Yes, ma'am.
So this -1 is also outside. So we have to make sure A gets -1 and B gets -1. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, what is the exponent on A? We're talking about A that's in the numerator now, this one.
4.
In the denominator, excuse me, sorry. In the denominator.
3.
On A, Chichi. Matlhogonolo is helping you in the chat.
Oh, 1, sorry.
1, great. So let's distribute it. So if there was also already A with a 1, we multiply with the -1 that we're distributing. Are you good now?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's move on to B. Currently, what exponent do we have on B?
No exponent.
Look, you need to look.
On the top or the bottom B, ma'am?
There we are. There, do you see the error that I'm writing?
Yes, ma'am.
What exponent is currently?
3.
3. No, multiplied with a -1. Did you understand everything we did now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Now let's move on. Now we just simplify, okay? So it's going to be A. 2 times 3 is?
2 times 3 is 6.
6. B. 1 times 3?
1 times 3 is 3.
3 times A 4B. We just leave it like that. We go to the denominator now. A.
Ma'am, you
Mhm.
said 3 times 1, but it's actually 3 times -1.
No, we were working in the numerator. You need to look carefully.
Okay.
We're working there. Where is it? There. Which is this one that we multiplied in.
Okay.
Wonderful. Are we together now?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Now we are in the denominator. So 1 times -1 is?
1 times -1 is -1.
Is -1, and we have B, and now we have 3 times -1, which is?
Where, ma'am? Oh, by the
We here.
okay, with the 3 times -1, it's -3.
-3. Okay. Now we have times and divides. Do you want to first times and then divide?
You wanna times it first?
Let's times first then. That means we're gonna have to multiply this dude with that one in the numerator. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happens to exponents when you are multiplying like bases?
We have to leave the same base,
Mm-hmm.
and then we plus the powers.
We add the powers, we add the exponents. So now we're working with A. 6 plus 4 is how much?
13.
6 plus 4.
Oh, 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 is 10.
10. And then we move
Yeah.
on to B. B is 3 plus 1, which is?
4.
4. We are done with the multiplying, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we're left with dividing. What happens when we divide? What do we do to the exponents?
Let me. Ooh. A little help.
Subtract them, remember. So when you're dividing, you need to learn your rules, Chichi. You can't lose marks because of rules. Laws, okay? There we go. Sine was helping you in the chat. So you
Yes, ma'am.
subtract them. So you're going to say the one at the top minus the one at the bottom. Okay.
Bottom. Yes, ma'am.
So it's 10 minus -1. You see that?
Yes, ma'am.
And then for B, it's going to be 4 minus -3. Because there's a -3 at the bottom. You see that? Tando,
Yes.
you've made a very crucial mistake. A very crucial mistake. What's happening here? This minuses, what do they become? 2 negatives give you?
2 negatives give you a plus.
A plus. So they both become plus. Do we see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So let's do our final answer. So it's going to be A to the exponent of 10 plus 1, which is, thank you,
10
Paul.
is 11.
And B to the exponent of 4 plus 3, which is
4 plus 3, 7.
7. And that would be our final answer. Okay, thank you very much for helping me, Chichi. I love it.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Everyone in the chat, are we with me? I just saw a hand shoot up and I'm assuming that is someone who is confused. Oratile, I see your thumbs up.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Oratile.
Thank you, ma'am, because now I finally understand, ma'am.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Thank
That
you
is
so
the
much,
importance of the steps. You are very welcome. Okay,
Thank
everyone
you,
in
ma'am.
the chat, are we good? I see the thumbs up in reactions. If you are lost, just let me know that I lost you somewhere. Yusuf says yes. Lee says yes. Beautiful. Let's move on. Still have more to do, guys. We have C and D. I think I'm going to do C so that I help everyone who's still struggling a little bit. And then I'm going to need a volunteer to do D with me. Okay. You guys are doing really well. I'm going to do C, and then I'm going to need a volunteer to do D. So you guys fix yourselves. If you think you want to volunteer, put your hand up now, and then I'll see it while I'm done. Okay. So in C, we have something divided by something, and they're both fractions. And okay, I know I'm doing them, but I need you guys to help me. In the chat, I'm watching the chat, okay? Here we have a divide. The easiest way to deal with this is to change that to a multiply. Now remind me, if I say HM squared n divided by 9m negative 3n 2, and I change that to a times, what am I gonna have to do to the second fraction? Tell me in the chat. What am I going to have to do to the second fraction? I have changed my divide to multiply. So what do I have to do to the fraction? Switch. Thank you. Flip it, switch it. Yes. So your 3m to the power of 4 times n goes to the numerator. And your 16m cubed n to the power of negative 1 goes to your denominator. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Now, what can we do? Give me ideas. What do you guys want to do? There's so many steps that we can do here, but I want you guys to be in control and in charge of what to do here. What do you think is next? If it were me, I would cross cancel because it would be easier. Remember, distributions in here is if we have an exponent to an exponent. In this case, we don't even have brackets, so we don't need to distribute anything. I'm actually says cross multiply. It's actually cross canceling. Okay, let's cross cancel. With multiplying, aren't we? We're multiplying, so we can cross cancel. 8 goes into itself. How many times? Tell me in the chat. 8 goes into itself once, and into 16 twice. Thank you. Thank you, guys. 3 goes into itself. How many times? Yes, I love it. Once. Thank you, Fundiswa. And into 9. 3 times. Okay, don't those look like a little bit of better, like they look like better numbers to work with, don't they? I like doing that. So anyway, now we're left with 1 and 1 there. We don't even have to consider it. And we have 3 and a 2 in the denominator. So 1 times 1 is just 1. You don't have to write it, but you can if you want. Okay, now if we are multiplying, remind me in the chat, we are multiplying with the same base. What do we do to the exponents? Okay, let me wait a bit. If you're multiplying numbers with the same base, what do you do to the exponents? Multiplying. Amashe? Yes, Novoyo, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, guys, we need to go learn our rules, okay? We need to learn our laws. You guys are making me nervous because you're not learning your laws. Thank you, guys. We are adding. So, let's start with M. I've nicely highlighted M in pink for us. So, okay, I need to sneeze, but it's not coming. Sorry. So, we have M and we are multiplying. Okay, we're dealing with the numerators only. So, we're multiplying M squared times M to the exponent of 4. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for blessing me. So, if you're multiplying M squared and M to the exponent of 4, what is the answer going to be? What is my new exponent for M? M6. Thank you, Amahle. And N, Amahle is on fire. Amahle gave me the whole answer. We have 1 N and 1 N. So in total, we have N squared. We're done with the numerator. Okay? Yes, thank you. Now let's go into the denominator. Let's deal with the numbers first. We have 3 times 2, which is how much? How much is 3 times 2? Thank you. That will be 6. And then we're going back to multiplying and adding. M to the power of negative 3 multiplied by m to the power of 3. So you guys are telling me that negative 3 plus 3 is 6. Is that what you guys are telling me? Are we supposed to add the exponents? Guys, I hope you are writing there where you are sitting. Great, so it's going to be m to the power of 0, right? And n is going to be n to the power of 2 plus negative 1. But that plus negative is going to do what? What's going to happen to this plus negative situation over here? Which is 1. Beautiful, because this plus minus is going to be a minus. We're going to end up with 2 minus 1, which is 1. So that's just n to the 1. I hope we are with me so far. Equals. Okay, last step. We don't have to write that m in the numerator. This time, guys, we are dividing. When we are dividing, please tell me what happens to the exponents. Tell me in the chat. We are dividing. What happens to our exponents when we have like bases? Yes, we subtract or we minus. There we go. Now let us subtract. Remember, you're dealing with each base as its own independent question. So here we have a m, and then we also have a n. Nope, why would n do the same color? N doesn't like me. I have a plan here. There we go, n and n. Okay, let's deal with m first. So it's going to be m to the exponent of 6 minus 0. That's just m to the exponent of 6, right? M is missing with us, honestly. Right? Okay, and then we have n to the exponent of 2 minus 1. Tell me how much that is in the chat. 1. So it's just the n, right? What is missing in my answer? Tell me what's missing in my answer. There's one thing that I haven't written down. I've dealt with the variables, but tell me what's missing in the answer. Amasha says 1 and 6. Mashafala says 1 and 6. Lee says base. I'm hoping Lee you mean denominator. Why is negative 3? It's not multiplied. Remember, we are adding the exponents. We're multiplying m to the power of negative 3 times m to the power of 3. But if you do that, you add the exponents. You do not multiply them, you add them. 1 over 6, yes. So the 1 goes there, and your 6 is in the denominator. That's okay, future. I like when you ask questions. Then I know what's happening in your brains. I hope I have clarified that for you. Okay. Was that better, guys? See, these questions are long, but they're doable. They're doable. Okay, who's doing D with me? Now I see hands are up. Nope, they went down. Fast, they all vanished. Spongobuhle, there's only one left. Guys, Spongobuhle?
Yes. Now I honestly said I didn't understand your method that you did the other day, but today we did exponents for the first time with our teacher. Can I do his method?
Okay, which method?
I don't know what he called it, but he just told us.
Okay, but just tell me what it says so we can check it.
Okay, so what I did was I said, I separated it. I said A to the power 1, B to the power 2, C to the power 1, divided by or over A to the power 1, brackets A to the power 1, B to the power 1, C to the power 2, brackets power 2, and then I worked it out. And then I went to the other side and I also worked it out. Then I times it, I multiplied it.
Okay, are we talking about the what's it called? Equations, the exponential equations?
Yes, we're doing D.
Oh, you're doing D. Oh, okay. Repeat what you said to me. Let's hear.
Okay. So it was a to the power 1, b to the power 2, and c to the power 1 over bracket a to the power 1, b to the power 1, c to the power 2, bracket to the power 2. And then I worked that out. I got a to the power 1, b to the power 2, and c to the power 1 still. And then
I see what you're doing, Skolobushe.
yes, and
But
then
listen,
to the other
let's
side.
talk about BODMAS, Skolobushe, né?
Yes.
We generally do BODMAS. We say division and then multiplication. But does it matter which order we do division and multiplication?
No.
No. Same as addition and subtraction, right? So if you want to first simplify this part, which is what you're doing, right?
Yes.
And then simplify that part and then multiply them, that is okay too. Okay.
That's fine.
That means that you are first dividing, right? Because you're first simplifying this, and then you're going to say a in the numerator minus a in the denominator, b in the numerator minus b in the denominator, c in the numerator minus c in the denominator, and you have an answer. Then you're going to do the same with the second part. And then after that, you multiply them. So you have to add the exponents. So the order in which we do it doesn't matter. You do whatever you're comfortable with, okay? But at the end of the day, just make sure you're accurate enough to get the right answer. But it is completely correct, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do this one your way. So in this one, all we did was we first multiplied before we divided. Did you see that? So we went across first. So we said m times m, which is m squared, m to the power of 2 times m to the power of 4, which gave us m to the power of 6, because you have to add the exponents. Do you see that? Then we went n times n, which is n squared. Then we went and did the same thing in the denominator, and we subtracted in the last step. But let's do this one your way, so that I show you that it doesn't matter whether you multiply or divide first. Do you want to do this one with me?
Can try.
Okay, let's go for it. So in the numerator, you can't do anything about it, right? Okay, tell me what to do in the denominator.
For the denominator, we have a to the power 2, b to the power 4, and c to the power 2.
Remember, b was a 1 there. So when 2 gets there, what happens? You just swap them, that's all. So it's going to be b to the power of 2 and c to the power of 4. Are we good?
Oh.
Do you see that you swap them?
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes, that's fine. And then do you do the second part immediately after? Or do you first deal with
Then
this
you
one?
go to the opposite side.
Okay, let's do it.
A is now a positive a to the power 2. The 2 is positive now.
Yes, that's true.
And then we have b negative 3 to the power negative 3. And then we have c to the power c to the power 1.
You have to distribute the negative to c as well, so it becomes negative 1. You were right the first time you said it. You see that? Okay, and then we just have our denominator. A0, B4. Okay, so now we're going to deal with this part first, according to your method, right? Let's deal with it. Tell me what to write.
Okay, so we're going to say a minus 2 to the power 1, b minus 2 to the power 2, and then it's c minus 2 to the power 1.
Okay, remember the one at the top is the one you're subtracting. So you're going to say 1 minus 2. You cannot say 2 minus 1 because it's bigger. Do you see?
Sir said, so that we don't have a negative, we have to swap them around.
So you move it to the bottom. So you're doing two laws at the same time. Do you see that? So what you're telling me is I must write this at the denominator.
That's what he said.
Okay. No, I'm following you. I'm not fighting. Don't worry. But you have to be clear because I can't see your notes. Okay. You must tell me in the denominator, this is what you're writing. So your 2 minus 1 is actually at the bottom.
Yes.
And your answer is at the bottom. It's A. Cool. Let's move on to B.
And then my B was B up to the power 2 minus 2.
So the B essentially vanishes, right? Because
Yes.
that's going to be B to the 0. Okay, let's go to C.
And then C was C to the power 2 minus 1.
Remember C was 4, not 2. Fix it on your paper.
Oh, I wrote the wrong thing.
There we go. C
to the
minus
power-
4 minus 1, but I write it in the denominator again, right?
Yes.
C3. What goes to the top of this fraction?
1.
There we go. Okay, times. Let's deal with the other side quickly.
Okay. For the other side, we go A to the power 2. B was 4 minus 3. C was 1. That's what my calculator said.
So B goes to the bottom,
Yes, just about.
and it's 7.
I beg your pardon?
And it's 7, right? The exponent.
Aren't we subtracting?
You are, but you subtract. If you're going to subtract negative 3, then it's going to be plus 4 minus negative 3. You see that? This situation over here. The minus minus.
Oh, yes, I do. Okay.
There we go. So it's 7. And then where do I write my C? At the bottom as well.
Yes.
There we
C
go.
was a positive 1. That's what the calculator said.
You can't calculate. What was positive 1? C.
Yes.
Okay, yes. It's positive and it's at the bottom. I've written it.
Okay.
And then
Now I have to change my answer now because I had wrote the wrong numbers.
okay, let's finish off and show you that it's the same thing. Okay. We're going to times 1 by a squared. It's going to be a squared in the numerator. And then a at the bottom, b7, and c4 because it's 3 plus 1. So it's c4. Then you're going to have to deal with this a with this a minus this exponents. It's going to be a in the numerator, b7, c4. You're doing a very complicated method, but you still get to the answer. Okay, unfortunately, we do not have time for brain break, guys. You guys have to go do the quiz. And I want to revise equations. Sorry, very, very sorry. Let's do equations. C and D. C is very easy. Tell me, what do we want at C? What do we want that we already have? We want the same bases. What happens if the bases are the same, guys? This is like a brain break. They like gave you a mahala pasala question. Oratile?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you please go back to the previous answer, ma'am? I still doing corrections.
Yo, Oratile, you're gonna have to watch the recording, guys. We have to do these quickly before you go to do your quiz, okay? Remember,
Okay,
we
thank you,
record
ma'am.
these, and then you can go watch the video. After about 24 hours, it'll be on the website, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, when we have the same base, tell me what we can do to our exponents. No, Voya? I'm hoping you have an answer for me.
No, ma'am, it's not actually an answer, but I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Ma'am, is X represented as 1?
What do you mean? Where?
Ma'am, it's 2x plus 3. Ma'am, is the X representing 1?
No, guys, have we forgotten the content? You guys are gonna make me cry. What happens when we have the same bases? Then exponents have to be what? We are not multiplying, guys. We are not doing anything. Remember, we're not multiplying these twos. These twos are on separate sides of the equal sign, right? So this is an equation. It says the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. So in this case, we have the same base. If the base is the same, then what? Exponents have to be equal. Did we forget? Come guys in the chat. If the bases are the same, then 2x
The
plus
exponents must
3
be the same.
has to equal 4x minus 1. And then we just solve for x. Hi guys, you're disappointing me. Remember, not a spectator sports. We are forgetting to go and study and learn and all of these. Thank you, Asande. If you have the same base on your left as you do on the right, exponents have to be equal. We spoke about this, guys. Remember, I said if you have two exponents of x equals 2 squared, therefore x has to be equal to 2 for this to work. Because what does an equation tell us? An equation tells us that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. It's not a question, it's a statement. Do you see that? So we're telling you that 2x is the same as 2 squared. Therefore, x has to be 2. There's no other way this would work out than when x is 2. Guys, can we study our laws? Okay, now let us solve for x. So what is x? We got our same bases. We made the equations, the exponents equal. Now we solve for x. To solve for x, 4 has to go that side, 3 has to go that side. So you're gonna have 2x minus 4x equals negative 1 minus 3. This is gonna be negative 2x equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2, divide both sides by 2, therefore x is 2. Okay, we are forgetting. We have to make them the same, B. Let me show you in this next question, okay? Usually, they will give you a question where you can make the bases the same. We usually do that by making them into products of their prime factors, okay? So in this case, in D, we have a 3 and we have a 9. Now we want the base that's the same. There's no way a 3 can be represented as a base of 9, is it? So we're gonna keep the 3. X minus 4. Now if you make 9 a product of its prime bases, okay? 9. You're gonna multiply it by 3, get an answer 3, divide by 3 and get your 1, okay? So then 9 can be rewritten as 3 squared, 3 squared, but we still had a x plus 1 on the outside. Lee, did I answer your question? Okay. Spongoguhle says, where did you get 2? Which 2? I divided negative 4 and negative 2, Spongoguhle. A negative and a negative give you a positive. 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's why I got 2. There we go, Lee. So you just make the bases the same by making them both products of their prime factors. Okay, so now we have a 3 and a 3 base on the left and on the right. Let's highlight them. We have a 3, we have a 3. Beautiful. Now we can equate the exponents. So you have x minus 4, you are welcome, is equal to 2 times x plus 1. I know that times is going to be a problem, but guys, look here. We have a 2 inside and we have a x plus 1 outside, right? We have to multiply them. Okay, so on this side, we have x minus 4 equals, distribute 2x plus 2. Be careful with 2. You distribute almost, you were almost there. Okay, there we go, Mpo. Move the 2x that side, move the 4x that side. So we have x minus 2x is equal to 2 plus 4. Then you're going to have negative of x is equal to 6. Divide both by -1, -1. Therefore, your x equals to -6. I know that was a bit fast, but guys, we did this. This should be a lesson that we should be practicing. You cannot do math on a Monday and then throw it out and come back on Wednesday and be like, what's going on? Practice, guys, practice. You keep going. You do bit by bit every day and you will get it. I promise you. Okay, everyone that's good at math will tell you we practiced. We practiced. Remember, as teachers, we've been doing this. We became good because we've been doing this for years. We do it in primary, and then we have to do it in high school, and we do it over and over every year when we teach you guys. Okay, that is all the time I have. You guys have to go off now. Chichi has a question. Okay, Likona raised their hand. Hello, Likona.
Hello, ma'am. I wanted to ask, do those 3 dots stand for therefore?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
We usually use them like in the final, after long calculation, just so your teacher sees where his answer is. So you say 3 dots. Therefore, x equals 6. So they can find your answer easily.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Novoya, Chichi, raise your hand so I can answer your question. Novoya, what's your question?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, right, you said that if you want to make the basis the same, you must first find the prime factor, the product of its prime. Ma'am, if we have such a question in the exam, and we press the number and then press factorize on our calculator, would the teachers mark it wrong for not showing the calculations on how we got it?
No, like not showing the ladder. No, they won't.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's possible that you know that 9 is just 3 squared. I only did it to show people how we found it. Okay.
Okay,
So
thank
if
you,
you
ma'am.
know that 27 is 3 cubed, you can go straight into using it. You don't have to do the whole ladder and all of that. The ladder is just for people who might be struggling and may not know how to find their prime factors. Okay, Novoya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. That's not what they're testing. They just want to see this.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.